A very good, happy hump day to everyone out there. Landon Hampton here with you early this morning, bringing you your latest weather and odd forecast, courtesy of our community partners over at On Target. Let's get a look out here, folks. We have got an ever-evolving weather pattern. It's going to be bringing spring-like warmth here across the region. We're going to be looking at the opportunity of getting up into the 70s both today and tomorrow. This will have the opportunity to prime up our atmosphere for the opportunity of some strong or even severe storm chances in the Thursday afternoon on into the Thursday evening time frame. We'll be getting more into that here as we work throughout this morning's forecast analysis. Let's get a look over here. We got a cold front trying to approach here from the west. It's going to be pulling off here, weaving and wobbling here across the eastern tier of the U.S. We're going to have a secondary low pressure system that's going to develop here over the Great Plains as we work into our Thursday. This thing is going to be pulling north and east towards the Great Lakes, going to be bringing a cold front plowing east across the region. Deep southerly flow, folks, is going to be pumping in very warm, very moist air here, and that's going to be resulting in the opportunity at some of those storms becoming strong to perhaps even severe. We'll get more into the setup. It's kind of finicky and conditional. Definitely not a sure shot given the current ingredients that models are portraying. Let's get a look across the region. We'll kick things off overlooking our Morgantown Skycam. School bus going off there for the early morning commute, getting kicked off here on top of Funkhauser Hill. Looking over our WRUS Skycam down in Logan County, 431. Get the morning commute going on in that direction as well. Very similar look to the sky as what we were just looking at over Morgantown. We already got the clouds that have blanketed us in here. We're going to have partly to mostly cloudy skies throughout the entirety of today. And we're going to have those very strong winds, though. That's going to be warming us up rather significantly. Let's get a look at the current readings. Folks, we're already in the 60s. It's not even 6 a.m. We've got winds that are already screaming like a banshee here out of the south and west at 15 to 20 plus miles an hour. As we work throughout the day, we could see some winds upwards of 25 to even 30 plus miles an hour at times. That is obviously what is going to result in the very warm temperatures here. And we're going to have to take in and enjoy, God forbid, with the freezing cold and winter weather that we've been dealing with here seemingly over the past month, far out of here and out of our hair. No pun intended, all right? So let's jump over here and let's give you the full breakdown. First, we're going to look at the short-term model guidance here as we work throughout the entirety of today, and then we work into our Thursday, and then we'll get more into that setup, because the first thing we got to talk about is the opportunity at the record warmth that we're going to deal with today into tomorrow. Look at the short-term model guidance with our wind speeds. I know it's no surprise. Some of this is exaggerated up to around 40 miles an hour. Don't think we're going to get any of that today, but consistent southwesterly winds, 15 to 25, 30 miles an hour, is going to keep it very warm in the great outdoors. That is a promise. By the time we work into this evening, we see this subside to an extent, but as we work into our Thursday, with a cold front approaching out of the west, those southwesterly winds kick back up. That's what's going to be transporting that moisture and the warmer air right here across the Wobbles community and pretty much the remainder of the Commonwealth as well. So let's jump over here. Let's take a look at our temperature readings. We're going to work into this afternoon, and I would like to note temperatures are going to showcase right around the 65 to 67 degree range here on model guidance. Models tend to underdo southwesterly flow. I think we will have the opportunity at some of us hitting the 70 degree threshold during the peak heating of this afternoon. If we get a few breaks of sunshine in here, that'll definitely have a better opportunity of occurring, but models are holding the cloud cover in here for an extended period, that is for sure. We get into tonight, opportunity for record warm lows, again lingering on either side of the 60 degree mark. We work into our Thursday and look at these readings before the cold front makes it through here. Again, model guidance is showcasing right around the 70 degree mark. I think a few of us will be pushing upwards to mid and dare I say it, even upper 70s. If there are a few breaks of sunshine here in the Thursday time frame before that cold front comes all the way through. Now we're getting into Thursday, and this is where we're looking at our setup that's going to be unfolding and evolving. We got this low up here towards the north, pulling northward up into southern Canada, up into the northern tier of the Great Lakes. That allows this secondary low right here across the Great Plains to deepen and continue on a northeastward track and path. By the time we roll into the early and mid-afternoon hours on our Thursday, that surface low is going to be right here, warm front north of the region. We're going to be firmly located in the warm sector of the weather maker. South of the warm front, east of the cold front is where all of that warm, moist air is going to be pumped in here with those strong southwesterly winds. This is whenever we're going to start to watch and monitor things between early and mid-afternoon on Thursday, and then this is going to take us all the way through Thursday evening, right on the cusp of the pre-dawn hours of Friday before the cold front will finally press east across the region. So let's take a look here. We're looking at the simulated radar activity. We're going to work throughout this morning. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, scattered light rain chances will be joining the party as well. You can see here by the time that we're rolling and showcasing through this point in time, getting into our Wednesday morning here, we are showing some of these light scattered returns, all right? It's not going to be anything heavy, but the scattered sprinkles and rain showers could be somewhat annoying at times from roughly mid-morning into early afternoon today. Then we see the moisture sag down to our south, and then we're going to work into our Thursday, and here comes the warm front lifting north over the region, keeping the scattered light rain chances around. And folks, to mitigate instability within the atmosphere, we want these rain showers in the cloud cover to stick around. If we're able to mitigate surface heating, that mitigates instability. That results in a lower threshold of severe weather actually occurring. So this is good news. Hopefully this comes to fruition. You will note, however, as we work into midday, we have a drying out pattern. And then as we work throughout our Thursday afternoon and evening, initially the opportunity of some isolated cells developing, and then we get these congealing clusters moving through with a cold front as we work throughout our Thursday evening into the very, very early morning hours of our Friday before the cold front finally makes it through here, okay? Now there are still question marks with this particular weather maker, and it is not a sure bet that we're going to get severe thunderstorms in here. One of the reasons why is some of our instability just isn't really being that encouraging, especially with what some of the models are showcasing and actually pegging the highest threat for severe weather well up here into southern Illinois and Indiana, right along the Ohio River, which would be north of the Wobbles community here across our coverage area. We are looking at our instability readings. This is storm fuel, and you will note here as we work into our Thursday time frame, the pattern that it's going to take hold of. Here we are working into mid-morning. Here we are working into Thursday afternoon, and take a look at the instability. It's hanging out just right along and north of the Wobbles region here. And again, this is why we're carving out right along southern and central Illinois and Indiana, right along the Ohio River. Points along and north of I-64 look to have the highest probability of getting in on some strong and severe storm action. And down here, it kind of leaves us high and dry. So it's not a sure bet. We will remain underneath that severe weather risk, and we're going to watch this closely as our model guidance continues to evolve and continues to roll in here throughout, not just this morning, but throughout the entirety of today, all right? So take a look at the latest of our weather story from our local National Weather Service office. You can see right here, the Wobbles community is in a 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather. This is going to be a very conditional risk. Lana, what do you mean by that? We got to have the perfect combination of ingredients coming together that models are showing is rather sloppy at the moment. You can see right there on the confidence meter there in the bottom corner of the screen, they've got it right there on the low to medium threshold, and it's because nothing is showing up as a sure bet. But with that being said, what we're looking at currently, we got a very low level tier probability of a tornado occurring within 25 miles of you. The Storm Prediction Center currently has a 5% probability of damaging wind gust occurring within 25 miles of you, a roughly 2 to 5% probability of a tornado occurring within 25 miles of you. So again, the threat isn't overwhelming and screaming, it's very conditional, But we're going to need to follow this very closely here as we work throughout our Thursday afternoon and evening. As always, should any severe weather warnings be issued for our coverage area, we will be live right here to walk you right through it. And as always, we rely greatly upon your all's reports that flow in during those events, so we cannot thank you enough. And we hope that you'll be right there with us if we have to go live tomorrow, should any of these storms start to act a little bit more mischievous, okay? Something else that's rather interesting is the rainfall forecast has really been taken down in comparison to yesterday. It was showcasing anything in regards to 1 to 3 inches of total rainfall. That is exasperated all the way down between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. Part of that is the reasoning of the better activity that appears to be north of the region, but we're going to keep an eye on this and watch here as we work and as we progress over the upcoming days, all right? So let's talk about, after we get this severe weather past us, what is in store, and the answer is much colder temperatures. Watch the cold front pass through here on Thursday evening into Friday morning. Friday is going to be a little bit cooler. Then we get another wave that tries to work in here on Saturday, bringing some light scattered showers. And then look at Saturday night. We get another cold front that's going to blast through here, and we get a little weak weather maker on the back side of it. Dare I say it, we might have a few scattered light snow showers to deal with. Don't think we're going to be getting anything in the forms of accumulation. But look at this working down here throughout our Sunday afternoon and evening. We get this little wave diving south and east off of the Great Lakes. We'll see what this comes to fruition with, folks. But right now, it looks like we might have a few flying snowflakes out here, maybe a light snow shower or two, with the much colder conditions whipping in here and then staying locked in throughout a good chunk of next week, at least through the middle part of next week, before we get a major warming trend. And then look at this. Another trough trying to carve out here with rain showers initially Wednesday afternoon and evening, with a change over to some light snow Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Kentucky weather, folks, drink it in. It always goes down smooth. Here's a full breakdown of your next 6-day weather forecast. I think we're going to be up into the lower 70s today. Partly to mostly cloudy with those scattered light sprinkles and rain showers to boot. Opportunity of record warmth tonight with lows only falling to around 60 degrees. Mid and upper 70s throughout our Thursday with those deep southwesterly winds pouring in. Opportunity at some strong to conditionally severe weather Thursday afternoon into Thursday night. Partly sunny, but only around 60 on Friday. Hit and miss rain showers return on Saturday with highs trapped in the mid-50s. We're back below freezing Saturday night with that scattered light wintry mix possible. And then look at Sunday into Monday, where some of us won't be escaping the 30s for highs. Strap back in, folks. The Kentucky weather roller coaster rolls on. That's going to wrap up your Wednesday morning hump day edition of your Weather and Eye forecast presented by On Target. You all take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a fantastic, blessed Wednesday.